Hello everyone, and welcome back to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, we are entering one of the most profound, powerful, and often misunderstood traditions within Buddhism, Vajrayana, sometimes known as Tantric Buddhism or the Diamond Vehicle. When people hear the word Vajrayana, they may think of secret mantras, fierce-looking deities, mysterious rituals, or advanced yogic practices. Some people even ask, is this really Buddhism? The answer is yes, very deeply so. Vajrayana is not something outside the Buddha's teaching. It is one of its most concentrated and daring expressions, a path that claims full awakening is possible in this very lifetime within this very body and mind. Today, we will explore what Vajrayana truly is, why it is unique, what kinds of practices it uses, and who the great masters and bodhisattvas of Vajrayana are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their path of discovery. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections may spark meaningful conversations and mutual growth. Together, let's start our exploration. 1. What is Vajrayana? The word Vajrayana comes from Sanskrit. Vajra means diamond or thunderbolt, something indestructible, brilliant, and able to cut through anything without being damaged. Yana means vehicle or path. So Vajrayana means the diamond vehicle. A diamond does not need to be improved. It only needs to be uncovered. In the same way, Vajrayana teaches that Buddha nature is already present within us. Awakening is not something that must be manufactured or imported from outside. It is something that must be recognized. The great Dzogchen master Longchen Rabjam expressed this very clearly when he said, "You are not lacking the enlightened state. You fail only to recognize it." This single sentence captures the very heart of Vajrayana. The path is not about creating a new self, but about seeing through the illusion of the old one. 2. Vajrayana within Buddhism. Vajrayana does not stand alone as a separate religion. It rests firmly upon the foundations laid by the Buddha himself. Ethical discipline from early Buddhism, the cultivation of compassion and bodhicitta from Mahāyana, and the deep insight into emptiness are all absolutely essential. Without ethics, Vajrayana collapses. Without compassion, it becomes dangerous. Without wisdom, it becomes mere ritual. The Indian master Atisa once warned very clearly that Tantra without renunciation becomes bondage, and Tantra without compassion becomes demonic. For this reason, Vajrayana has traditionally been taught only after a practitioner has developed moral stability, emotional maturity, and a sincere wish to benefit others. Power without wisdom is never praised in Buddhism. 3. Why Vajrayana is unique. One of the most distinctive aspects of Vajrayana is that it is known as a path that practices from the result. Most spiritual paths operate on the logic that if you practice diligently now, you may attain awakening at some point in the future. Vajrayana turns this logic around and says that you practice as the awakened state itself, right now. In Vajrayana practice, you may visualize yourself as a Buddha, speak mantra as enlightened speech, and rest in awareness as Buddha mind. This is not pretending or imagination. It is training perception to align with reality as it truly is. Arjuna, the great philosopher of emptiness, expressed this when he wrote, "The mind that sees emptiness is itself the Buddha. When illusion falls away, nothing new needs to be added." Another unique aspect of Vajrayana is that it does not reject desire, anger, fear, or emotion. Instead, it works directly with them. Anger is transformed into mirror-like wisdom. Desire is transformed into discriminating wisdom. Ignorance is transformed into all-pervading awareness. Nothing is wasted. Talopa, the Indian Masita, said, "The very poison that binds us becomes the medicine that frees us." When understood correctly, even the energies that trap us in suffering can become the fuel for awakening. Vajrayana also places strong emphasis on direct transmission from teacher to student. This is not personality worship, but a recognition that realization is alive and must be communicated through experience. The teacher serves as a mirror for awakened mind, not as an object of blind devotion. Padmasambhava, also known as Guru Rinpoche, expressed the balance of Vajrayana perfectly when he said, "My view is as vast as the sky, but my respect for cause and effect is as fine as grains of flour." 4 core Vajrayana practices. Mantra is one of the most visible aspects of Vajrayana. Mantras are not ordinary prayers asking for something from outside. They are enlightened sound, expressions of awakened awareness itself. When mantra is recited with understanding, it reorganizes consciousness and protects the mind from habitual, distracted patterns. The Dalai Lama once explained that mantra protects the mind from ordinary perceptions. When one recites Om Mani Padme Hum, one is not merely chanting words, but aligning body, speech, and mind with the energy of compassion. Another central practice is deity yoga. Practitioners visualize enlightened forms such as Avalokitesvara, Tara Manjusar, or Vajrayana. These figures are not gods in the ordinary sense. They are symbolic expressions of awakened qualities already present within the practitioner's own mind. Tsongkhapa explained that by meditating on the divine form, one abandons ordinary perception. Over time, the boundary between oneself and the deity dissolves, and eventually even the deity dissolves into clear, open awareness itself. Ritual, mutter, and symbolic implements are also essential. Vajrayana trains not only the intellect, but the body and senses. Every bell, vajra, offering, and gesture becomes a language of awakening. Advanced Vajrayana includes subtle energy practices that work with the body's channels and winds. Practices such as Tumo, inner heat yoga, and dream yoga reveal that awakening is not limited to ordinary waking consciousness. Milarepa, Tibet's most famous yogi, saying that the fragile human body itself can become the path of great bliss. At the highest level of Vajrayana are teachings such as Dzogchen and Mahāmudrā. These teachings are strikingly simple. There's no visualization, no mantra, and no effort to improve anything. One simply recognizes the nature of mind and rests there. Talopa summarized this with remarkable clarity when he said, "Let go of what has passed. Let go of what may come. Rest in naked awareness." 5 bodhisattvas and deities. Among the many enlightened figures in Vajrayana, Avalokitesvara, known in Tibet as Chenrezig, represents universal compassion. The Dalai Lama is traditionally regarded as an embodiment of this bodhisattva and often says, "My religion is kindness." Manjusar embodies wisdom that cuts through ignorance, while Tara represents swift, compassionate action, always ready to respond to suffering. Vajrasattva plays a central role in purification practices, helping practitioners cleanse karmic obscurations and renew their commitment to the path. Wrathful deities such as Makwa or Virapi may appear frightening, but they symbolize fierce compassion. Their role is not to punish beings, but to destroy ignorance, ego clinging, and inner obstacles with uncompromising clarity. 6 great Vajrayana masters. Padmasambhava, or Guru Rinpoche, is regarded as the founder of Vajrayana in Tibet. He taught that one should not search for the Buddha elsewhere, because one's own mind is the Buddha. Milarepa stands as one of the most inspiring figures in Buddhist history. Despite a dark past, he attained full awakening within a single lifetime through perseverance, solitude, and devotion to practice. His songs repeatedly remind us that realization arises through direct experience, not theory. Lachlan Rabjam, the great Dzogchen master and philosopher, unified poetry, scholarship, and realization. His writings emphasize again and again that enlightenment is not something distant, but already complete. As he said, everything is already accomplished. 7 is Vajrayana for everyone. Vajrayana is powerful medicine. Like all powerful medicine, it must be used correctly. It requires ethical discipline, emotional maturity, and sincere compassion. Without these, its practices can lead to confusion rather than liberation. There is an old saying that fire, when used correctly, provides warmth and light, but when misused, it burns. Vajrayana is similar. For some practitioners, the gradual path is more appropriate. For others, Vajrayana becomes a swift and transformative vehicle. Closing reflection. Vajrayana ultimately teaches something very radical and very simple. Awakening is not elsewhere. It is here now, disguised as ordinary mind. Padmasambhava expressed this beautifully when he said, "When the mind rests in itself, that is Buddhahood." May we learn slowly and patiently to recognize what is already present. Thank you for listening. If you found this teaching helpful, please like, subscribe, and share so others can benefit from the Dharma. Feel free to share your reflections in the comments below. May all beings awaken to true peace and liberation.